Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. My name is Lauren. If you're new here, thank you for coming. If you're not new here, double thank you for returning. You're awesome. Today we're talking about a few products that I have picked up recently and been trying out and are indie. I love indie products. I review a lot of indie makeup on here. It was so exciting when this product came out because I technically already had it. I actually had it over a year ago. So what are we talking about? So today we're going to be talking about two products. One is brand new. I've never tried this before. This has never been in my collection, but that is the Creature of Light Soft Glow Enhancer from Ritual De Fille. So this is what it looks like. I have mine in the color Opalescent Creature. And I don't know if you're catching this on camera, but it's got a little bit of a purpley shift to it. Super pretty. The other product that we are going to be talking about that I've been testing out, also by Ritual De Fille, is the 3-drop Weightless Serum Foundation. Now, when I said that I've actually tried this product before, it's because they've already released it. Bam! So about a year ago, what they did is they released lab samples so that people could test them and so that they could take the consumer's feedback and really apply it to the finalized product. So if you picked up the lab sample, you got it for a little bit of a discount and you got to give them your feedback. So I actually did pick it up, tried it out, had some thoughts, gave them my feedback, and yeah, they definitely, I feel like, took everyone's feedback and really ran with it because it is definitely the same product, but the changes they made I think are fantastic. So let's talk a little bit about the biggest differences that I've found between these two. I'm also going to show you some live applications, like how I got this look, testing the products a couple different ways. But I think the most important piece of feedback that I had for Ritual De Fille when they came out with this product was the packaging was terrible. It was just really messy. It's like a safety lock lid, which for some reason I have issues with. I can't get it off now. There we go. Okay. As you can see, it's pretty messy. It's dirty. And it was just, I felt like it could have been in better packaging. And I knew this probably wasn't going to be the final packaging, but I didn't know what to expect. And the packaging they came out with is amazing. So this is what the top looks like. It's just a little bit shorter than I think the other applicator is. Struggle is real to get this cap off. So as you can see, they definitely made some changes to the applicator, but what's even better is that this was squeezy. So you squeezed it onto your hands, but the difference between this one is it's got a button on the bottom that says press me. So when we go through kind of the live application, like I'll do it on screen so you can see, but it is so cool. Another big change that I noticed is that the formula is a little bit different, but I think it's different in the best kind of ways. When I was reviewing this guy, I found that it was almost overly liquidy, like it was hard to set on my face. It was very pretty, it was very moisturizing, but almost a little bit too much. And I found with the improved version that even though it still has that same moisturizing capabilities, it sits better on the face. It melts into the skin a little bit more instead of being a little bit slippery, because I found this one to be a little bit slippery throughout the day. This one, I feel like they've corrected that. So they must have added something in there to make it just set a little better on the face. Now, when this first came out, I did a whole video on it and I actually really liked it. I liked it quite a bit, but I did notice that it wore down, especially my T-zone throughout the day, partially again because it was just kind of that little bit too melty, a little bit too liquidy on the face. So after testing this guy out, I didn't have that problem. I didn't see it wear down in my T-zone. By the end of the day, it maintains the same coverage throughout the day. I also found that the level of coverage is about the same. I would say it's light to medium, but I also only use 3 drops. I don't use any more than that. It's literally called the 3-drop foundation for a reason. You do not need more than that to cover your entire face. It's pretty magical. Again, with this one, the coverage just wore off throughout the day. With this one, the coverage maintained throughout the day. And I feel like it did do a good job covering up any discoloration that I had on my face and just kind of evening out the color. So I just feel like it looks really good. It looks natural, but it's still making my skin better. I love that. It's also described as being a serum foundation, which I found pretty accurate. That's how it feels on the skin. It feels like it's melting into your skin. Again, quite a bit better than I felt like this one did, but it feels nice. It doesn't feel like you know, you have makeup on. It feels nice and refreshing. It feels a little bit cooling even. I think that's just because it's cold today and it's been cold the past couple days here. I don't know what's going on with the weather. It's insane. But it just feels really nice. It feels beneficial to the skin. I can't say that if it is or not, but it feels really nice. Now, when using it, I did use Ritual De Fille's Thorn Oil Priming Face Elixir. I found like this has been the best thing to meld with this and really help it stick on throughout the day. And the Thorn Oil is great. Like, I don't know if I've talked about it too much on this channel, but it is a great primer. The only problem is it does have a little bit of a smell to it, and sometimes my husband can smell it. He'll give me a kiss and he'll be like, oh, you're wearing that stuff on your face again, aren't you? So it does have a little bit of a scent to it, a little bit herbally, I would say. Now, for the Creatures of Light Soft Glow Enhancer, I wore it 2 different ways to kind of figure out the best way that I wanted to wear it. And I think the best thing to do is just to show you. I'm going to show you the 2 ways that I applied it so you can watch me applying both the 3-drop Serum Foundation and the Creatures of Light Soft Glow Enhancer. So let's get into those. I'll be talking in the background, just walking you through what I'm doing. But we're going to do these pretty fast. I'm going to speed them up so you don't have to spend too much time watching them. And then we'll get into my final thoughts.
So we are starting with priming the face with the Thorn Oil Elixir. This is also by Ritual De Fille. Everything will be linked down below. It's a fantastic oil primer and it works really, really well with this foundation and quite a few of my other foundations. Next, I'm putting the Creature of Light Soft Glow Enhancer all over my face, and I'm doing it this way so I can blend it in with my foundation. I do that with quite a few of my illuminators and I feel like it's really, really pretty. So now we are going to layer it with the foundation. As you can see, I only used 2 drops. I'm using my hands and fingers, which is kind of the recommended method, and look how seamlessly it's blending into the skin. The only drawback is that the illuminator is kind of being hidden. A little bit of a glow, but not much of one. I did go in with some concealer and some powder and some bronzer after this step, and altogether I really loved the completed look. And as you can see, you have to blend a little bit with the fingers, but it's very pretty in the end. Once again, we're going in with the Thorn Oil Elixir as our primer today. I just feel like it works really well with the foundation. So going in, my face is a little red, and this time we actually went in with 3 drops of the foundation rather than 2. I did find that even using 3, it still layers beautifully, it still applies beautifully. Even that extra drop, it doesn't cause any issues. So coverage is really nice. You still have to use your fingers to make sure you've got all the places, but it really does sink into the skin beautifully. So after this, I did go in with some concealer and some powder and a little bit of bronzer, and we're going in with Creature of Light using the fingers this time. I wanted to see how it would apply, and I did not love using my fingers. I felt like the consistency was weirdly milky and it kind of didn't blend into the skin super well. So there's quite a bit of tapping in order to get it where I wanted to. It did dry down really well. It didn't dry down sticky or anything like that, and it is pretty, but I decided to try using a brush. So this is my brush from Rose Inc. This is their blush brush. It's one of my favorite brushes, and I felt like this was the winner. This was the best way to apply the illuminator. And it really does a great job layering on top of each other. It doesn't sink into your pores. It just kind of glides over your skin using the brush. It's really beautiful this way.
Final thoughts. I really think Ritual De Fille did an amazing job taking people's feedback on the original lab samples of the 3-drop serum foundation and improving on it. The packaging is awesome. The product is still amazing, but even more so, it actually just feels like they've increased the longevity. It just feels like they've done something just to make it like sink into your skin better. And I really like that. The coverage is perfect for what I prefer, which is light to medium coverage. It's not too heavy. It doesn't feel heavy on the face. It's really, really beautiful. And for $42, I think it's pretty decently priced. Ritual De Fille is an indie company, so I think why we don't see a whole lot of like foundations coming out of indie companies is because they want to provide a good shade range, and that's hard to do when you're a small, independently owned company. So this actually does come in 24 shades, which I think is a pretty good start for a shade range from an indie company. Creatures of Light, the Soft Glow Enhancer. As you can see in the 2 different ways that I wore it, I did not love when I mixed it in with the foundation. I probably could have added more, but I feel like that would have added too much liquidity into the makeup and it would have not set as much as I like. Yes, I do go in with a setting powder after. I always set my T-zone regardless of what foundation I use, and I feel like that's really beneficial for this product, but I feel like it wouldn't have helped if I had added too much of this. I just have so many other like skin enhancers, skin illuminators, whatever you want to call them, that I feel really make a bigger impact. So I was a little disappointed at kind of the lack of what I was seeing when I mixed it in with the foundation. Again, I think I will continue to try it. I'll add more, I'll add less, we'll see. But I think the second makeup look where I just tapped it on and then used a brush, much better option. You can see the shift in the color so much more clearly. You can see that there's a little bit of pink, a little bit of a purpley shift. It's an absolutely gorgeous color. It's just very hard to really capture on the skin. I don't love how the product feels. It's almost like milky. It kind of sits on top of your makeup. It doesn't flow into it when you're putting it on with like your fingers or a brush. So it worked really well when I mixed it in with the foundation. Like I didn't notice any weird consistency, but it is an odd consistency. So when you use it by itself, you're just tapping it onto the face, it's very odd. Like I don't know how I feel about it. On one hand, I love the color. I love that my face doesn't feel sticky at all. It feels like it is set really well, but the consistency is just very odd to me. So it's something that I will continue to play with and use. Again, the color is beautiful. Ritual De Fille does the most unique looking highlighters that I have ever seen. Their cream highlighters are just out of this world beautiful. But I think I just need to play with this one a little bit more. There's so many great illuminators, is what I've been calling them, in my collection that sometimes you got to figure out where each one fits, right? But this one I feel like works great as a highlighter. I like putting it in my T-zones. I feel like it really attracts light. It really lightens up your look where the sun hits, which is kind of what highlighters are supposed to do. They're supposed to highlight the parts where the sun is on, right? Right? Sure. And it's just a beautiful color. And in case I didn't mention this already, this is $36, I think. And it also comes in 3 colors. So this was the only color that I really felt would work well on me. The other 2 are a bit too bronzy, I think, for what I'm looking for. Possibly you could use them as bronzers. I don't know. I have not tried. But they are calling them soft glow enhancers. So again, I think the bronzers might work better mixing them into the foundation. I can see them lending a little bit of a different color and a different shimmer. But this one, I just didn't feel like I could really see when I mixed it into the foundation. So a little bit disappointing. Just a product that you have to, I think, try out in a couple different ways to figure out the best way for it to work for you. Overall, I love seeing new products from indies, especially fun products like these. Even though I feel like the Creature of Light is a little bit difficult, it's still a fun, beautiful product. It's just has a little bit of a learning curve. Now, the 3-drop Weightless Serum Foundation, absolutely beautiful. Now, this isn't a foundation that I would use if I was like in a rush to go somewhere because I'm using my fingers, but it looks so beautiful. It just melts into your face so much better than the original one. Like the original one takes some work. You're touching your face quite a bit, but this one, it's on and it just looks beautiful. I cannot recommend this foundation enough. I do have it linked below if you want to check it out. If you want to check out anything from Ritual De Fille, again, I cannot stress how beautiful their cream highlighters are. Definitely take a look over there. They have some fun, unique colors that are gorgeous. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this review. It wasn't a super long one, but I have been playing with these and really enjoying them, especially the foundation. So wanted to get on camera and talk to you about them a little bit. I would love to know if you've purchased anything from Ritual De Fille, if you're thinking about it, or what foundation you've been using as we move into the summer. The weather's getting hotter. I think this is gonna do amazingly in the warm weather. And bring on the summer, please. I am ready for it to be hot here. I hope you're all having an amazing day. If you haven't had a chance, please subscribe. We're so close to 700 subscribers. It would mean the world to me if you helped me out with that goal. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye.